And
Yep.
then is this list coming in. Joe and Gecko discussed about beer brands, and whom somebody with somebody else talked about whatever, and then you're sitting there.
Mhm.
Okay, guys, 300 messages. You're crazy, right? And that is just this family thing also. Like yeah, the people really they grow together because they have a passion they share together, and
Yeah.
actually Blockcentric is giving the whole thing like a how to say that
Stage maybe, or
it
a place where they can actually just all do that.
a place a yeah,
I say a stage maybe.
it's more like a common goal, a common
Ah, yeah,
approach, a like it's so much more, right?
yeah. Hmm.
I'm trying to also help, like when people join the server,
Yeah.
um they might they join the server for a reason, right?
Yes, for
So
their
whoever
family.
I am inviting on the server has something to bring to the table.
Ah,
And
yep.
often people might not even know what
Hmm.
exactly it is. And
Right.
that's also not important, but what is important is that we all are able to push each other. And this
Yeah.
only works if everybody has a certain level of YouTube knowledge, how YouTube works, um, thing. So a lot of the new peeps, like they get a little schooled, kind of.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the moment you actually got all this stuff covered is the moment where actually all the channels have a good like starting potential to grow.
Yeah.
And when they start doing that, they actually can really push each other because they actually are able to create content that actually gets views.
Yeah. Well, that's a very important thing about servers. That's that sharing mentality.
It's
Because you,
extremely important, I think.
yeah. I mean, how do you guys keep going? Because there's there's always going to be lulls where some people aren't going to be around for a little while. Life takes over for some reason. How do you keep things going through that?
Like as the server itself, or for those people?
For the server itself, because it's very easy for a server to sort of almost lose life a little bit.
The server itself losing life.
Yeah, because people aren't always on. Like the map gets tired and so forth.
No, actually, yeah, no, okay, like right now, okay, we are waiting for 1.8.
Hmm.
1.8 will be, we have a lot of stuff we are going to do. And like not only finding the new stone and stuff like that, but we have to optimize a lot of stuff as well.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so let's say there is this little um like weak spot right now. Like you don't want to start stuff because it will get old anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But like I said, that the server itself, it does not sleep. It is, if the server should be like not going anywhere when I am trying to record, I am going to come up with something I'm able to record.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously.
If everybody has this mentality of, well, I want to record something that is worth the camera time,
Hmm.
then there is not a weak spot. Like, when I just watch like Kibitz and the Captain, like Xentos and Cody, like playing,
Yeah.
um, they are, you might not see that in their episodes, but they are actually building lots of stuff. And
All right.
that is, there are a lot of like spots where we just leave signs for each other, like, hey, I,
Right.
I don't want to spoil stuff, right? So,
Oh, is there stuff
but
upcoming yet? Nope.
it's like we are doing that here and we are doing that there, and could you like give material to that and stuff like that? So,
Ah, yeah.
whenever you log on and you visit Spawn or the Nether Hub, there are immediately tons of inspirations of stuff what you could like get involved in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Ah,
either you do some gathering material for a team that actually does stuff, or
hmm
you actually join something, or like Derek's and Ranquist did it, like they just like helped out each other's place, right?
yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
so if the thing is, I think if you are not in the mood of doing stuff together with someone else, you can
Yeah.
do that. But if you want interaction, then the atmosphere on the server, most likely, I hardly remember times where that was not the case, is
Ah,
actually really inspiring. Like because there's so much stuff going on, and what you see is just a result often
yeah.
in the videos, but what is behind what's going on, there are a lot of friendly visits and are a lot of he had trouble there, let's just help him out, right?
Yeah.
I started to document that when I am doing like giving peeps gifts or stuff like that. I tried documenting that, but
Yeah, yeah.
still there is yeah, there's just so much stuff going on.
Ah,
Um,
right. So,
for
yeah, because that's a very common thing for servers. Because a lot of people they get on and they're doing their YouTube bit, and they tend to do it in their own little area, and it can be difficult. So you,
me as well, because I like the build I do right now, and I got plans, but um, there is maybe like in front of such a patch like 1.8, not
hmm
it's not as busy as usual, but normally like when there was new patches or stuff like that, it gets busy as in a bee thing, right?
yeah, yeah,
How are they called where bees are residing? You know,
a hive.
bees hive, right?
Yeah,
So, um, like right now, you could say it's a little relaxer, but if you then just look around, that's not really the case, because a lot of bases really do big steps forward.
hmm
So there's a lot of time flowing into the projects, and all you would have to do if you want to be part of that is just tell somebody, and I am pretty sure you would be able to come up with something to call up.
All right.
And
Okay.
I mean, we have different time zones on the server, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But still, the US guys, um, like Midnight and Joe, they play pretty much late their time,
Yeah.
or in the early mornings. Um, so there is often time where you can actually meet people. So it
Ah,
kind of seems to work out.
yeah. No, you guys seem to have a very good thing going there. Oh,
Hopefully,
all right.
hopefully.
Yeah. Well, it's been around for a while, so it's
A year? Really? Is it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's over a year now, right? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So you guys, you're waiting for 1.8 now, and is that you're going to start a new season of Block Centric? Because you
No.
no, you're going to just continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we only recently had a season reset with you guys for 1.7, wasn't it?
Right. And that was because of all the landscape generation. We thought about that for quite a while, but because there were pretty big builds in the process, like Gecko and me, we had like big bases. But
Yeah.
like whoever has dug out a perimeter or established a perimeter, meaning from a central chunk in every direction, 8 chunks are mob free. They can't spawn anywhere. This means you have to do a lot of X-raying, you have to do a lot of uncaving,
Yeah.
filling up caves, you have to do a lot of lighting up caves, and to have the spawn rates for stuff.
Yes.
If you have ever done this, then you know that such work you won't repeat once every 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
You
Oh, I
want
know all about it.
you want such stuff to stay for longer.
Yep.
But when with 1.7, they really changed the way landscape actually would be generated. So we made tests, and it went like you are shipping over the ocean, and suddenly you run into a wall.
Yeah.
And this does not look good. So that was out of the question. We can't just continue this build if we want to have any of the new features, because we would always run into the risk of having to record such stuff.
Yeah.
So no, we could not do that. So that's why we started over. But with 1.8, the world generation pretty much keeps being the same. There are just new stone types and new ores added.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
matter.
the
You
whole
can.
where a hill is or an ocean is keeps being the same.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is why we opted in for no. I mean, we are going to keep that, but we might even like delete chunks which are not used anymore, like where
Right.
somebody
Okay.
like just traveled through, just to have them generate the new stuff.
Yeah.
But besides that, we basically are going to keep the world as it is.
Okay. All right. So are we going to be looking forward to anything new from you in the near future? Because we get the block centric, and we obviously get your whenever you come up with a new redstone innovation, you pop out a video. So are you got any other plans on the horizon? Because you're starting ESO.
Yeah,
Are you thinking about videos for that?
yeah. Okay, so plans for my channel, you're wondering.
Yes.
First, let's say, how is this whole redstone thing coming along? Actually, I do redstone tutorials whenever I am in the need of solving a problem I ran
All right.
into
Okay.
while playing survival. So I'm not like sitting there and guessing what could I do as a tutorial,
Right.
because
Yeah.
I'm not just producing tutorials to get the views. I'm producing tutorials to actually
Be
make them
helpful.
do stuff for me in my survival world.
Yeah.
Survival is my inspiration. So if you would ask me for, hey, could you do me a lighthouse tutorial? I would just tell you, look, I've been looking at all the lighthouses the past year. I would still
Okay.
build my lighthouse how I would have built it 1 year ago, because it's still the best design out there, period.
There we go.
And actually, regarding the lighthouse, this was also commented on Reddit that people really they went like, this is a brilliant design, period. Right? You can't
Yeah,
you
it is.
can't
It is good.
make it better in that regard.
Yeah.
So a lot of my builds are in a way of or I kind of try to make them in a way of as a maybe not, depending on what aspect you want. Maybe it's not the most crazy innovation, but it is might be the best solution for a survival multiplayer environment.
Yeah, yeah.
The best means low lag, means it is tailored for one player to use, and it's kind of compact or cheap. Even big stuff can be cheap because there are a lot of really expensive blocks in the game meanwhile. So
Yes, yeah.
if I don't have to use a lot of redstone blocks, if I can just like lay a redstone cable along, some blocks, that is cheaper than having like pistons pushing redstone blocks, stuff like that. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
so a lot of stuff I do with the purpose in mind of it has to give me a real benefit in survival.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. Makes sense.
this is why a lot of stuff I don't have to reinvent because it still is a very solid solution. What I will maybe come up with soon, I want to use the villager thingy more because
All
they
right, okay.
really showed them more tricks.
Yeah, yeah.
What we are going to do is, and this is no secret at all, I think, because we were planning this for quite a while, we are going to redo our Enderman farm.
Ah, right, okay.
Not sure if we are going for the Doc M design like he announced with 1.8 with the Endermites.
Yes, yeah.
Because I'm not sure if they are not going to patch those again. Now, after realizing how easy the farm is now,
Yeah, yeah.
because for me, Mojang like is like a I don't know, like it's like there is some kid sitting there thinking, hey, what would be cool? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just throw it out and see how the community reacts. And then, holy balls, that thing's broken and overpowered. How to fix
Yeah,
that
yeah.
now?
Nerf it, nerf it, nerf it. Get rid of it.
And so this is kind of how I view Mojang meanwhile. So I am like, yeah, it might not stay like that. But yeah, we really, I mean, you have, you can't imagine how much time Joe, Gecko, and me spent on doing Enderman farm designs.
Oh, really?
We
Loads of them.
had like 7 designs, and the one thing that really bothers us a lot was there was one design which had really cool rates,
Yeah.
but whenever we like tried copying the exact same thing, it would not work.
All right.
And we
Huh.
could not figure out why this one farm at that one spot without anything around it had, you could farm with 2 people constantly without running out of Enderman. So 2 people would be able to like get from 0 to 30 in 55 seconds. And whenever we are trying to rebuild that thing at another spot,
It didn't work.
it would not work.
Huh. Weird.
And the thing is, it already utilizes chunk science and LC levels and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And still, we were not able to like, why? What? What? Like the math, like totally tells it should. Why doesn't it? Right? And that was kind of frustrating. So we like shoved it back to 1.8.
Yeah, yeah.
So redstone tutorials, I'll come up with them as soon as I see stuff, think, hey, that would be cool. Let's make it and also make a tutorial about it. My something bigger is coming up in my Let's Play.
Oh,
Maybe you know the shape of the Isle of Farm, which
yeah,
is still pretty unfinished. Just be told now as a little teaser, maybe.
yeah.
I'm actually the plan is actually to have this place prettied up a lot and still
Okay.
being fully functional.
Oh, awesome. So we got something to look forward to in the future.
Yes, definitely. And ESO, you mentioned it, Elder Scrolls
Yep.
Online. I pre-ordered it. I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
going to release it's two videos, I think, the next 2 weeks till launch.
Right, okay.
And I'll be covering well, mostly I don't want to make a let's play on a game that has kind of a story planned out for you by the developers.
Right, yeah,
So making a let's play on the Elder Scrolls Online would be just showing what the developers would have, what quests they would have put in the world.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So that is like if you do a Minecraft Let's Play, you yourself are creative in building stuff you can
Yeah.
show off because it's your creativity that works out here.
Yep.
In the Elder Scrolls Online, you can't do that because it's just showing off the creativity of the developers which put the quests into the game.
Yeah.
So
Okay, understandable.
what I am more like covering is some epic battles,
Right, yeah.
builds for characters, which
Yep.
I will come up with. Um, Also, like now and then showing some cool content, of course, because I mean it's in the game, right? So
Yeah, might as well. Might as well.
um, I just like there is one quest I had as footage, and I'm actually cutting out the entire dialogue with the NPCs. So you just see my character like running around finding the quests and then starting to do other stuff. And you basically, the whole footage ends before you get any clues about what the quest is about.
Ah, right.
So,
How mysterious.
no, no, not, it's like, it's just like, it's not what I bring to it because that is Cinemax's honor, like designing those quests. And
Hmm.
but I need to find something original for my channel. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, that's why
Understandable.
I'm like covering tips and builds and some epic battles maybe and stuff like that. Actually, I am pretty hooked to the beta right now because it
Uh-huh.
is how to say it for me it is the game of my dreams.
Ah, Skyrim with other people. Awesome.
No, no, not
No?
Skyrim with other people. No, it is like if you have played Dark Age of Camelot and you
Yes.
love the competitive aspect of battling it out with other players, having
Yep.
big siege castle keep raids. And Dark Age of Camelot is also has had this what now the scrolls are. They were called relics back then. So
Yes, I
in
remember, yeah.
time where I was a student and we had when I was playing that game, we had like telephone lists. So when
Hmm.
our keeps got raided 4 a.m.
Yeah.
in the
Calling
night,
people up in the middle of the
the,
night.
the telephone would ring. We would log
Yeah.
on with our characters and battle off the past the Albions or whatever, right?
Yeah, I remember that stuff. I used to do the similar sort of thing for EverQuest. Getting
Yeah,
called in the middle of the night because the raid boss is up.
right.
70 people having to log on. It's just
I mean,
crazy.
that's the crazy stuff you do when when you have the time for it and you're not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
totally an adult. But even when growing up, you still have this itch of, ah man, those were good times.
They
We
were.
fought
They
like men, right? So
Well, I wouldn't say like men, but
it brings a little bit back that feeling of when you're in the 20s, you are like that there is nothing that could possibly harm you, like that feeling
yeah,
you
yeah,
own the world, right? So
yeah.
that game, that end game, combined with a non World of Warcraft stupid questing system.
Mhm, mhm.
And the Elder Scrolls was for me, I mean, I loved Morrowind because
Yeah,
of the freedom you had there. And the Elder Scrolls for me always was it's hard to fit that in words. It is definitely the immersion thing. It's
yeah, yeah.
also like your character actually does something epic. So I was always wondering, like, when looking at Morrowind and how my character develops, that never could be an MMO. Never. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'm so
I never
pretty
thought it could either.
overpowered. Everything I see, I one hit, right? I'm so
Yeah, yeah.
freaking overpowered. I mean, yeah, my character had like what 20,000 intelligence, just just because there was this kind of I would nearly call it a bug that if you brew portions with
Mhm.
high intelligence, the portion gets more
Yeah,
powerful.
more powerful than
So
if
if
you.
you brew intelligence portions with already intelligence in yourself and then
Yeah,
prolonging that effect, and they are getting even more potent, like my character had like 10 of these portions, which like would give him 8 weeks of in-game time of 20,000 intelligence.
oh wow.
so, so that is why I was
Broken.
like, you could never do that as an MMO.
No, because the Elder Scroll games, we could always break them. Even with Skyrim,
Yeah, there's
you
always
up your
something
blacksmithing.
totally overpowered in those games. But
Yeah.
then I see what Cinemax is doing there. And it feels to me like they are doing a game where they are shipping around all that stuff, all the little um everything that could go wrong because there
Yeah.
is such an experienced team on it. Because like if you compare Dark Age of Camelot PvP with Cyrodiil now, this is like Dark 2 or 3.0.
Okay.
Right? So it is this. What was annoying in our last games, and they just left it out, right?
Yeah.
Same goes for leveling, same goes for the whole experience. It's like, well, what would be really cool and what don't we like at other games? And they are actually doing that one game that actually makes this whole experience like something really special. Give this
Yes.
whole Elder Scrolls setting on top and say, okay, and
Which is awesome.
we want the realistic graphics and all, and we want
Yeah.
tons of barrels and bags and stuff, and you can loot everything.
That. Oh man, because I play games with my wife, and she can't help herself. She has to loot every bag and barrel and crate, every single one.
I mean, seriously, the Elder Scrolls Online series is for kleptomaniacs. Period. Right? And everybody is allowed to be one in a video game. So no big deal about it. And yeah, me too. Me and my
Oh
friend,
no.
we were playing, and like we were like in Cold Harbor, like wait, I need to loot stuff here. So
Oh.
yeah, you put all this together, and I just see like in the end, when you play a video game, an MMO,
Mhm.
it comes down to are the mechanics okay?
Yep.
Does the balancing fit?
Yes. Yes.
Especially in PvP, is there balance issues?
Yep.
And no, Cinemax is able due to their open system, to get around those issues by basically allowing everybody to be however they want to be in their character. And there is no totally invalid build.
No, that's true.
My friend's running around as a sorcerer wielding a big two-hand sword. And he is like, I mean, he has no armor because like his sorcerer needs magicka, right? But he goes, charge! And dies. But he's keep having fun with it, right?
Oh yeah, there we go.
So,
he's having fun.
So all the mobs are dead, right? Sadly, he dies a lot as well, but that is totally okay, and that is fun, right? And so what they are doing is they really like go around all these pit holes of other games. Also, this non-restricting character development thing, like your class pretty much says nothing about what you are able to do, because you could still spec in so many different ways. This pretty much brings them around the question of having actually to balance stuff. So
it's going to be interesting.
They are doing stuff which makes me feel that this game actually is able. The people might not understand why, but like most or some of them are just playing because it's cool. But when they play it, they might get this feeling of this game in one way or the other. I can't describe it, but it does something right. And I think that is why it might have the potential of growing to become the next generation in multiplayer online roleplay games.
So we're playing the WoW killer card.
Actually, does WoW really need a killer card anymore?
No, not really. But it's always a common. It comes up every time a new MMO comes out, doesn't it? It's this MMO is going to kill WoW or whatever. Every time.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a critic in that regard. So there are lots of MMOs coming out which like are just a copy of WoW in a way. When just looking at the Elder Scrolls is there's not just the visuals are different. No, the whole UI, the whole and everything in the background, how the whole thing works, what the mechanics are, all that stuff is totally not WoW, totally not boring, totally not. I mean, if you want to, let's put it this way. Why are people playing World of Warcraft? Because their friends are playing World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Is the game good? Well, their friends are playing World of Warcraft. I think, now let's say another game comes along, and let's say that other game actually gives you a reason to play it. And the reason is not, I am raiding to get more items to get into the next instance to get raiding there.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, right, it is not even challenging anymore.
No, exactly.
I mean, I was just recently looking at a WoW video, and that character, he was like a I don't know. I didn't know what class that was. He had 200,000 hit points.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, what the hell? That is what not even our first raid bosses had such many hit points.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, basically, I think WoW pretty much killed itself because it went into this. We have to provide war content to keep the people playing,
Mhm.
and there is no real reason to keep them playing. So we have just to put out more content, and the stuff they get there has always to be way better than what they could like play before. So
Yep.
this came into a spiral where all the values pretty much went totally absurd. And
Mhm.
they did this because World of Warcraft had no real, in the concept anchored, um, end game.
You
None
kind
of
of.
the recent clones had a real, by concept design end game. The Elder Scrolls
Yeah.
Online comes along with a self sustaining, ongoing war. It is a faction war that sucks you into it with an immersion and intensity, and you basically are part of the army of that one faction, and you
Yes.
love doing it because it is a hell of a lot of fun and it is rewarding. And it is
Mhm.
not rewarding in the sense of after you won the battleground shuts down and nobody knows about the result. No.
No, there's
Everybody
all.
on the server knows how you performed.
Yep.
And
It has
this
an impact.
and this getting this recognition within the faction group, this is awesome. I mean, it works out like in Dark Age of Camelot, because then there were like 3,000 people playing on one faction, kind of. And
Yeah, yeah.
so basically, those 3,000 people knew when um, some guild or stuff like that actually was able to capture the other relics and bring them home.
Mhm. Yeah.
Since it's campaigns in ESO, I don't know how this really works out. Like,
We'll have to see.
but still, the feeling of I have really achieved something and that is not going to get deleted anytime soon. No, I am writing history here in this in this ongoing war, right? This is
Yeah, yeah,
something that really is able to pull you in,
yeah.
and you it's and the same. The next great thing is it does not um, make you become overpowered in any sense.
No,
No,
no, no.
it just gives you a different currency to buy stuff to have even more fun in the whole thing
Yeah,
without
yeah.
giving you
Totally
additional
agree.
levels or additional whatever or become totally overpowered. No, nobody is totally overpowered there. Everybody is kind of equal, everybody has the same options, and
Hmm. Hmm.
either it's fun or, well, maybe you better go PvE for a while.
All right, all right. Okay, so we're coming sort of towards the end of things, and this is where I ask you about people that you're watching, because it's really difficult for us people who are creating videos to actually keep up to date with other channels and new channels. So, do you actually have anybody that you're watching at the minute that particularly interests you? Or difficult question.
Um, like right now, the beta is around. So
So,
now I restricted my viewings pretty much down to just I was more focused on like the Procentric guys
mhm.
and the close circle around it. But
Yeah.
in this close circle, uh, oh man, actually there are a lot of cool videos coming out every now and then,
Mhm.
but I could not say that I actually hooked to any of these channels as a regular viewer.
Right. Okay.
I'm like tuning in. I mean, you know, I watch Lapis Lori stuff. She
Yeah.
builds this cathedral thing. So I'm checking her channel out every now and then if there is another episode where she's building that cathedral.
Right. Okay.
So skipping over everything else, just looking for the cathedral.
Yeah.
Same is with the Woolly Creeper for building his village.
Yep.
And same is yeah, like actually if I would open my Twitter now, there would be tons of people I kind of constantly check for what they are doing, or just one specific aspect of
Yeah.
what they're doing. But right now, I am really like shrinked it down to watching the Blockcentric guys, your shows, of course. I'm
Obviously.
like also there are a lot of people like bringing new stuff, um, like Starbound or Banished or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at this and saying, not mine. Done with
Yeah.
it already, like not even checking it out, right? Also, I'm not watching any modded Minecraft anymore. I just
Ah, right.
like if you are doing modded Minecraft and you had me as a regular viewer before, and I'm not commenting on those, yeah, it's because I don't care about modded Minecraft.
Ah, right.
It's not that I don't like your channel anymore. It's just I'm not
You're
interested.
not interested in that. Yeah, no,
It
that's
is
cool.
because vanilla Minecraft has so much to offer, and there is so much room still for great redstone stuff, for great stuff like whatever. So yeah, it gets too much already, right?
Well, you'd be glad to know that I'm back to doing vanilla stuff again after like 4 months of break.
I am. Like also
Wow.
like Zul'jin, like recently he announced another bucket server, right?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just noticed that and went like, yeah, okay. Look, not saying I don't like you guys, but it's just no,
Yeah.
I'm looking for like what I really oh yeah, what I really could recommend. If you're looking for a builder
Okay.
doing awesome building stuff, then I am watching Cold 193 a lot, every now
All
and
right. Okay.
again, because he is coming up with like mostly modern stuff,
Yeah.
but he also likes to build with the environment.
Okay. All right. So
So
that's definitely something to check out.
so also if you want to see something really crazy, um
Yeah. I
check
always like
out the
crazy.
Mog Swamp. He's building everything in a super flat world. Super flat means there are 3 blocks of grass, 3 blocks of stone, and then 1 layer of bedrock. And if you're going
Oh
through
wow.
that, you fall through into the void. So there are no ores to be mined. There is
Oh
nothing
my.
such stuff, and he builds really crazy stuff in there. So
Wow.
yeah, exactly.
Oh man. All right. So we've basically come to the end of it, and wow, we've been going for ages.
How long is it?
An hour and a half.
Oh God.
So you're gonna have a lot to listen to.
Uh,
If there's anybody still watching at this point, well done.
Well, if anybody's still watching at this point, I hope I was able to give you a little insight about how I'm actually ticking, because
Yes, definitely.
I think such a show is the perfect environment to like
Hmm.
having a friendly chat with someone, laughing a lot, explaining stuff, explaining how process or thought process in general, and yeah, thanks for tuning in that long.
Yep. And now we're going to give you a break. So, thanks for coming on, Drakkart. You've been a fantastic guest. You've really let stuff out. It's been pretty awesome. This hour and a half has basically flown by. So that's been pretty awesome. So thank you very much for coming on my show.
As I said, it's an honor.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. You've been a fantastic audience as always, and Drakkart and I will see you another time.
Bye.
Adios. Alright, everybody, so without further ado, let's bring on our guest today with a fantastic Drakkart.
Fantastic is nice. Oh, damn.
Yeah, how are you flying?
I was flying in. That is. Let's do that again.
All right.
Sorry. Wait. Okay, let me. Oh no, I'll leave. I just have to.
Just land on the ground.
Okay.
All right. I'll call you in again.
User joined your channel.
Oh, hello guys.
Oh, hey.
Sorry, I didn't want to disturb.
That's all right. We're in the middle of story time at the minute.
Okay, I'm very sorry.
That's okay.
Switched channel.
All right. Cheers.
Didn't know it. Okay, have fun, guys.
All right. Cheers, Hopper.
User left your channel.
You might want to start over because.